without putting your life to the risk, since it takes so long to rear a man, the blood of these, your two little boys, smeared upon the marble, would suffice to make him instantly come to life." Then the King replied, "Children I may have again, but I have a brother, and another I can never more hope to see." So saying, he made a pitiable sacrifice of two little innocent kids before an idol of stone, and besmearing the statue with their blood, it instantly became alive, whereupon the King embraced his brother, and their joy is not to be told. Then they had these poor little creatures put into a coffin, in order to give them burial with all due honour. But just at that instant the Queen returned home, and the King, bidding his brother hide himself, said to his wife, "What would you give, my heart, to have my brother restored to life?" "I would give the whole kingdom," replied Liviella. And the King answered, "Would you give the blood of your children?" "Nay, not that indeed," replied the Queen, "for I could not be so cruel as to tear out with my own hands the apple of my eyes." "Alas," said the King, "in order to see a brother alive, I have killed my own children, for this was the price for Jennariello's life." So saying, he showed the Queen the little boys in the coffin, and when she saw this sad spectacle she cried aloud like one mad, saying, "Oh, my children! You props of my life, joys of my heart, fountains of my blood! Who has painted red the windows of the sun? Who has without a doctor's licence bled the chief vein of my life? Alas, my children, my children! My hope now taken from me, my light now darkened, my joy now poisoned, my support now lost. You are stabbed by the sword, and I am pierced by grief. You are drowned in blood, I in tears. Alas that, to give life to an uncle, you have slain your mother, for I am no longer able to weave the thread of my days without you. The fair counterpoises of the loom of my unhappy life, the organ of my voice must be silent, now that its bellows are taken away. O children, children, why do you not give answer to your mother, who once gave you the blood in your veins, and now weeps it for you from her eyes? But since fate shows me the fountain of my happiness dried up, I will no longer live the sport of fortune in the world, but will go at once to find you again." So saying, she ran to a window to throw herself out. But just at that instant her father entered by the same window in a cloud, and called to her, "Stop, Livia! I have now accomplished what I intended, and killed 3 birds with 1 stone. I have revenged myself on Jennariello, who came to my house to rob me of my daughter, by making him stand all these months like a marble statue in a block of stone. I have punished you for your ill conduct in going away in a ship without my permission, by showing you your 2 children, your 2 jewels, killed by their own father. And I have punished the King for the caprice he took into his head, by making him first the judge of his brother, and afterwards the executioner of his children. But as I have wished only to shear and not to flay you, I desire now that all the poison may turn into sweetmeats for you. Therefore go, take again your children and my grandchildren, who are more beautiful than ever. And you, Milluccio, embrace me. I receive you as my son-in-law and as my son, and I pardon Jennariello his offence, having done all that he did out of love to so excellent a brother." As he spoke, the little children came, and the grandfather was never satisfied with embracing and kissing them. And in the midst of the rejoicings Jennariello entered, as a 3rd sharer in them, who, after suffering so many storms of fate, was now swimming in macaroni broth. But notwithstanding all the after pleasures that he enjoyed in life, his past dangers never went from his mind, and he was always thinking on the error his brother had committed, and how careful a man ought to be not to fall into the ditch, since all human judgment is false and perverse. End of chapter 25.